This is Lisa Rudman.
I'm Nancy Lopez, and this is...
I'm Andrew Stelzer, and this is...
Well, it's a difficult situation.
I'm George Lavender, and this is Making Contact.
I think for me, and for a lot of people at Making Contact, the combination of caring about social change and using media, whatever it is. For me, it started with video, and then it went into radio. But for all of us, I think there's been a path of seeing what's going on in the world and seeing that certain people are not heard. And if we don't have our voices, we really can't tell our stories. And if we can't tell our stories, we can't access power and make change.
Well, it's a difficult situation. I was there 1 week ago, actually. It's an ongoing proxy war. More than 80 countries are providing fighters for a so-called uprising for democracy and
What's
freedom.
really great about this show and this organization is that it's an opportunity to tell long-form stories about important issues. So much of what you hear on the radio is 1 minute long, 2 minutes long, maybe 4 or 5 minutes long if you're lucky. We allow a story to breathe, is one way to put it. We allow you to get context, hear from different voices, hear more than just a 10 or 15 second or sometimes 5-second soundbite, which is what you hear in the rest of the media.
What we're going to do with Making Contact in the future is a continuation of the good work we've been doing in the past, meaning focusing on the collaborations, meaning providing a platform for marginalized and unheard voices, and providing ways that we can tell stories, unpack complicated policy issues, and shine a light on some of the news, information, and occurrences that are happening around the world now that unfortunately don't get covered by mostly mainstream media outlets.
So the corporate-owned media would tell the story of Governor Brown of California signing a bill to stop shackling. End of story. What we tell is the story of 5 years of people in prison, their families, their advocates, petitioning, lobbying, all the organizing that often gets left out of the story. I really feel proud that we told the story about people collectively making change.
Some of the content that we put out for our show are film adaptations. And this one in particular, Hawaii, A Voice for Sovereignty, we chose to do because it chronicles the history of U.S. occupation on the island of Hawaii, and as we went through it, we realized that it's not a topic that I think many of us really know about or think about, how Hawaii was actually overtaken in a very violent way. And a lot of its residents, a lot of Native Hawaiians, you know, see statehood as something that they're not aligned with, they're not attuned to. And so we thought it would be a good opportunity for us to kind of put that information and that history out there.
That was the philosophy behind it. I mean, you know, why do we need to do this? And why do we need to have the voices that aren't heard? And I was saying that's the connection between social, environmental, and economic activism and journalism, is that, you know, if you're going to be active, you want it to be heard.
I think we're at a historical moment in journalism, in media, in storytelling. It's a very exciting time to be doing Making Contact as the whole journalism and media landscape shifts. Everybody's making media. There's social media. But I think where we come in is to go beyond the breaking news and go beyond the corporate controlled headlines to say, what's the deeper story? Radio, long format radio, and audio, long podcasts or short little profiles. However people are getting their audio and radio, we're trying to harness that tool